Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and in this video we're going to break down the Belstaff McGregor Pro Jacket available at RevZilla.com. So if you are not familiar with Belstaff, they are a name that's synonymous historically with high-end motorcycle jackets, and this is going to be no exception. Belstaff has a name that stands for premium. If you're not familiar with some of the other pieces on the site, definitely take a look at this if you are looking for something that meshes together designer looks and styles with motorcycle protection. Now, the McGregor jacket has been designed in conjunction with Ewan McGregor for the new version of Long Way Up, which is coming. But unlike some of the other pieces from this collection, this is going to be a little bit more just lifestyle based. The 12-ounce Halley Stevenson wax cotton is very much going to be that designer style look that traditional Belstaff owners and users have become known for rather. Now, the price on this is going to come in around the $950 price point, so it is definitely more of that premium luxury brand, but within Belstaff's line, I would say it sits right in the middle of the road. If you're looking at comparing this to something, maybe you want to take a step up, you could take a look at the Trailmaster Pro. That's going to be what I would say would be a step up in the lifestyle look from Belstaff. Or if you want something that's not quite as expensive, but you're still getting that Belstaff name, you could take a look at the Crosby. So breaking down what you're going to get with the McGregor. So this is going to be that lifestyle around town look. It is still 3/4 design. So again, think adventure bikes or scramblers. This is also going to be something that's not going to have any real direct venting because of a Z liner that lives in here to keep you waterproof. So I would say 2 to 3 season cool to cold weather. Think spring and fall. You could push it into the colder months of the year depending on where you live. Now, traditionally, if you're looking at a wax cotton jacket, that is where you get the waterproof protection, is that the cotton is actually waxed, that repels water. The 12-ounce Halley Stevenson wax cotton is no exception. This is a company that's been designing wax cotton for generations, and it does help to repel water, but the problem with traditional wax cotton is over time, riding through a lengthy downpour, the water does get past that waterproof barrier of the wax cotton. And really what Belstaff has done is they've kept the traditional look, but there's now a Z liner that lives underneath there to make sure that you stay dry. Like I said earlier, the only problem with the Z liner is it offers no direct venting. Any of the little vents that you'll see, and you can see it, where is it? There it is. So you'll see little like vents on the outside here. This is simply to allow any water that gets captured in between the cotton and the Z liner to have a place to run out of the jacket so it doesn't stay stored within the jacket. So just keep that in mind. No direct vents, so not something you're going to want to run or use in the warmest months of the year. Now, working our way through here, what you will see is you are going to have a belt loop style collar to this, so you can go ahead and you can cinch this into place. The only thing I would say here is that if you're not going to use it, you're going to want to tuck this back underneath. I like that they included the extra loop here. So I don't know from a styling standpoint if I would want to undo that buckle every time I was putting the jacket on and off, but I certainly don't want to leave it open so this is flapping around. So I like the fact that Belstaff gave us the option to loop that back if we so choose. As you're working your way down, you're going to notice that there is leather patches on the impact zone, so the elbows and the shoulders, and you're going to have D3O CE Level 1 impact armor at the elbows and the shoulders as well. The one thing I would note here is for the price, Belstaff is a premium brand. I would love to see them using CE Level 2 D3O, and I would love a back protector included. We'll get to that in just a minute. Working your way down the front on this, very clean lines. You are going to have the brass buttons or the brass snaps over top of a zip entry, and then you will notice that you are going to have these water-resistant pockets, fold-over pockets on your chest, as well as down below as well. Now, the one thing to note here is with the belt, it's reversible. So right now, what you can probably not tell, because they've done a very good job of doing this, is Pat has this flipped over to the reflective side. Now, this is going to basically work as, you know, a large reflector, but when the light's not hitting it during the daytime, it maintains its nice style. If you really are feeling that that somehow detracts from the overall aesthetic, you can flip it over and the other side is done in a wax cotton. Now, speaking of Mr. McHugh, he's actually wearing the jacket in a size large. He stands at 6 foot, weighs in at 220 pounds, has a 44-inch chest. The size chart would actually put him somewhere between an XL and a 2XL. And again, he's sized down to the large and it fits him spot on. So just keep that in mind. I would say depending on where you fit on the size chart, you're gonna wanna size down at least one full size to get this to fit you appropriately. Now sizes will range from a small up to a 6XL, so there's no shortage of sizes available that'll work for you, but there's only one colorway, and it's kind of this distressed faded black that you're gonna see here. Mr. McHugh, go ahead and face sideways and strike the riding position for me. Now what you might notice, and I'm not sure if the camera's gonna be able to pick it up, you are gonna have these little vents underneath the armpit. Again, there's really nothing there from a breathability standpoint. It's more just to let moisture out than anything else. You'll see them down below. So again, anywhere to allow the water to escape the jacket if it does penetrate that exterior wax cotton shell and it gets into that Z liner. McHugh, go ahead and face backwards for me. So like I said earlier, my only real nitpick with the Belstaff, I get premium, I get designer, but for the brand, I would love to see them include the back protector as standard, and I would love to see the armor bumped up to that CE level 2 rating. Very nice drop seat to this, clean lines to the back, nothing to detract from the overall style. McHugh, go ahead and face forward for me. Now this is gonna take a second because he's gonna have to undo his belt, unsnap, unzip, so it is a little bit of a process to get in and out of the jacket if you have the whole thing lined up, but you can see it doesn't take overly long. As he gets out of this, one of the things to point out is that the inside plaid on this is going to be what they call the McGregor clan flannel. So again, this is done, the whole jacket, the whole piece is done in conjunction with Ewan, and this is going to be the family colors of the plaid that's going to be lining the entire inside of the jacket. You're also going to have corduroy at the inside of the collar. Man, you are sweating a little bit. That's a moist collar you got there, Mr. McHugh. Go ahead and zip up for me. So again, this is something that you're not going to want to use in the warmer months of the year, and you're probably not going to want to wear it inside a closed studio with warm studio lights and the AC turned off, because you'll start to sweat a little bit. So just keep that in mind as you're planning out which gear is right for you and your riding style. If you're not sure if this is something that's right for you, you can always click the info button on your desktop or mobile device. You can read other rider reviews from folks that are already putting the Belstaff McGregor jacket through its paces, or you can reach out to one of our gear geeks at 877-792-9455 or shoot an email over to cs@RevZilla.com, and they can walk you through all the different options available for your budget as well as your riding style to make sure that you get the right motorcycle jacket to work for your ride. Thank you for joining us today for this look at the Belstaff McGregor Pro Jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.